2.5 feet.
The things I do for you.
Yep.
Elements. Yeah, hopefully that means it sucks.
I think we've found our like new favorite spot ever.
Tell me again why we're gonna stop for 2 years to build a boat?
Welcome to MJ Sailing. We're Matt and Jessica, a couple that left Michigan for the nomadic lifestyle 7 years ago. Recently, we refitted an aluminum boat to sail to the Arctic and explore some of the more remote areas of the planet. Thanks for joining the adventure. So we've got to be just about low tide right now. I'm going to go see what we're sitting in and where the anchor is.
We are definitely on the bottom.
Are we?
Oh yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, we've got another 5 inches exposed that we normally don't.
Hey, Georgie girl. She's like, take me with you. The bottom's still pretty clean.
Yeah, not bad.
Bottoms here are full of kelp and everyone seems to be bringing it up with their anchors. Yeah, I still see chain right there.
That seems very, very short.
We found the anchor. We just had to follow the line of kelp. Right?
Yeah, look at how much is caught on that.
I know, that is crazy. So much kelp. All this has got to come up when we raise the anchor.
I'm not so much worried about that. I'm more worried about it tripping the anchor.
Yeah. Wow. That is just...
nothing but kelp.
Yep. Does Georgie want to come for a little boat ride? Yeah, there's the rudder sitting on the bottom. You ready to kelp free our anchor?
Yeah, I'll see if I can do it with a boat hook.
Okay.
I don't want to get in if I don't have to. Just cool enough now.
Good girl, it's gonna trip.
So you guys all saw that she jumped in on her own free will.
Yep. Just make sure you don't like whack her with your elbow while you're rowing. You ready to make sure our anchor is secure?
It's cold.
Are you gonna bring it to some sand over here?
Yeah. The things I do for you.
Yep.
Elements.
All right, if
Now what I'll do is I will use the windlass to set it.
Okay.
Pull it tight, set it. It's in sand now. Then I can let more chain out again. And there we go, and profit.
And profit.
Phase 1, collect underpants. So what's phase 2? Well, phase 3 is profit. Get it? I don't get it. You see, phase 1, collect underpants. Phase 2, phase 3, profit.
The bottom is not bad for having not scrubbed it at all.
For
Not
like
touched it.
16 months?
16 months, haven't touched it once. And most impressive is it sat still for, was that 7 months?
In
sitting
the
Sun
marina?
Harbor.
Yeah,
It's definitely the best bottom paint I think we've had, period, copper or copper free.
I think so. You can just look at our anchor chain tightening up because we are not going anywhere with the boat.
Yeah, hopefully that means it sucks.
We are at absolute low tide now, so we're going to see how much of Element's bottom is showing and take our depth sounder with us to see how much water we're sitting in right now. Really having to bend over. Still not in the water, still not in the water. There we go. 2.5 feet.
Well, this is even better than having to actually dive in and bring the GoPro with me, is just let the boat come out of the water so we can show this. But this is my first time to see our prop in 18 months. I was very curious as to how that silicone, the C-Jet silicone paint has worked on it. And it is spotless, absolutely spotless. What you see on it right now is weeds that we picked up just motoring into here or just drifting past. So you can see the actual weeds on there. But if you look at the blades themselves and the prop shaft, there's zero hard growth, there's zero soft growth on it. It's still that yellow color from when we did it. You can see some texturing in that, and some coloring on there. That isn't scum at all, that's actually sand. We were applying it, we were getting sand blasted. We were really close to the beach and it was a windy day and got all over the prop. That's actually what you see there. It's not scum, it's not anything else. I am amazed at how well that stuff worked.
Be using it again?
We will absolutely be using that stuff again on, I mean, that's, I don't know if they're going to come out with a bottom paint of that, but that is just phenomenal. I mean, the bottom paints work really well too, but that is shockingly good. All right, so take a look at this bottom. This is, and see here's our bottom paint here. It's a blade of paint type of thing, but there's zero growth on it. There's absolutely nothing. We got a little bit on the rudder, but on the actual bottom itself, it is, again, it's worked perfect.
Good purchase.
I'm extremely impressed with how well this C-Jet stuff has worked. But not a little stain, but.
Today we have decided to take a family beach day on the island of St. Martin, which is right next to Tian where we're anchored. But today is a sunny day, completely blue skies. And how often do you get a Caribbean-esque day of laying out in England, since the temperatures here seem to top out at about like 63 degrees. But what's really cool is we are at low tide right now, and we just left Elements, who is just starting to rise off the bottom. But the anchorage we had thought about coming to turns, it like completely dries out. You can see all these other boats that have just dried themselves out. So kind of a cool sight and a neat thing when you get north, all of the boats that have the ability to do that just because of the huge tidal changes here, usually around 3, 4, sometimes 5 meters.
What are you doing, you crazy cat? You like your beach trip? I'm here, Georgie. Hey there, whiny cat. What do you say we go back and find Daddy? You can sit in shade, have some water, we'll have beer. Does that sound good to you?
I think she's entranced by the dog walking through the water. But it sounds like a lot of fun to me too, so I can see her interest.
Georgie, get.
Why must you get yourself caught?
Georgie, that's not our stuff.
Yeah, that's not our...
Curious to see just how much kelp we bring up with the anchor today, knowing what it was sitting in from the other day when I went to go inspect it. Tresco Island is the second largest in the Isles of Scilly, and its name roughly translates to Island of Elder Trees. Measuring 2.5 miles long and 1 mile wide, there is a large variety of scenery found here, ranging from granite outcrops on the exposed north coast and shell beaches in the east and in the south. The northeastern side gives great views over to St. Helens Pool and the lighthouse of Round Island sitting in the distance. To the east is St. Martin and its clear, shallow Caribbean-like waters. Known for being the most posh of the 3 islands, it is filled with vacation rentals, yet the only form of transportation here is to walk on foot or take a bicycle. Sitting near the center of the island is St. Nicholas's Church, where the first foundation stone was laid in September of 1877. Before this, the parish consisted of 2 cottages, where later a gallery is constructed from the timber of a shipwreck in St. Helens, bringing the capacity to 200 people.
So, sitting here with this view, tell me again why we're going to stop for 2 years to build a boat?
Because we do have a lifetime for this, but it is hard to walk away from something this beautiful, so while we still have elements, we're going to enjoy the spot. Really cool, we're anchored between Tresco and Briar. Briar is that island. We're on Tresco, which is kind of like the high-end, upscale, really posh part of the Scillies. And we just decided to take a little hike before going back to the boat for the night and found these rocks that overlook the harbor, and I think we found our new favorite spot ever. Because the views are great and the people watching is fun, and we could get a great sunset view from here too.
Yeah, this is just perfection.
Only thing that's missing is a cold drink.
Mm-hmm.
So go back to the boat and get me one.
Man, this is nice.
So Matt, we got a new patron tonight, which is really cool. Of course, always is when somebody joins our Patreon family, but they also sent a message to us, which I think you're going to be really interested to hear. It's from somebody named Bryce, and this is what he sent. Hey Jessica, Matt, and Georgie. I have been looking for the perfect boat to begin my sailing adventure, and yours seems particularly great given that I'd like to sail north but also south to Patagonia ideally. I have evidently watched your boat tour and was very impressed by the quality of work you two did. I really like your life story, and it feels like you two are passionate, trustworthy people, hence I'd be open to buy the boat without seeing it in person. Looking forward to your reply. So, for our viewers, if you have seen some of our previous videos, you'll know that we've been having an issue of getting anyone out to see Elements because of travel restrictions. Pretty much anyone outside the UK hasn't been able to come see her, so this could be interesting. And I'm gonna get back to him right away because we might have a buyer for Elements. Wouldn't that be crazy?
Pandemonium, life is so easy. Whoa, you love me to pieces. Yeah, I need it. Want your pandemonium.